Hi, everyone. I'm doing Julie's Jewels today from my car because why not? I hope everyone had a great week. I have 3 jewels for you today. I have vacation brain right now, which leads me to my first jewel. So, lucky me, my husband and my younger daughter and I just got back from a trip to Savannah and Charleston. My southern accent sucks. Sorry about that. We had a great time. But whenever I unplug, whether it's for a trip or because I'm intentionally creating some space for a staycation or what have you, I'm reminded of the fact that it is extremely important to take breaks. So that is my first jewel, take breaks. And they don't have to be, again, they don't have to be trips. You don't have to go anywhere. You can bring breaks into your life for short bursts throughout the day, throughout the week, in any way you see fit, in any fashion you see fit. But what I want to share is, we all know the value of taking a vacation, but the thing that's not spoken of as often is that I think a break, a real unplug creates the opportunity for a new relationship to your work. So for me, I know my canary in a coal mine situation is when I start to kind of feel burnt out about coaching because it is such a passion. And when I start to kind of dread my client sessions or be like, oh, I don't want to talk, I don't want to do this thing. I know that means I'm ready for a break. And when I am recharged, I have like a new relationship to what I'm doing where I'm like excited, and I am genuinely excited to get back into my work today. So breaks, not only for all the reasons you know about, but to facilitate a reinvented relationship to your work. Second jewel, just because you can does not mean you should. This applies to so many situations. Think about your personal life. Just because you can do that thing or take on that role or do that volunteer thing does not mean you necessarily should, because you could be using your energy and time for something else. But I'm thinking specifically about a scenario of high-performing women at work who are often saddled with additional NPTs, non-promotable tasks, taking notes at a meeting, planning the event for the office, what have you. And they're asked to do it, or the default is that they'll do it because they will do a good job, because they execute and they're reliable. And why should they? So the invitation here is, if you are asked to do something, or the default assumption is that you will do something at work that isn't going to get you anything in terms of your career, your skills, or there's no value for you other than pleasing somebody else, maybe think about setting some boundaries and being thoughtful about how you can get that done, or make sure that task is done without you doing it yourself. And then the last jewel I have for you comes from being a parent, which is often the source of a lot of my leadership wisdom, because I think there's no greater leadership lesson or lessons than what comes from being a parent. So 2 things. One, I was reminded of something from both of my kids today. My younger daughter was with us, and my husband and I like to walk and explore, and I could tell she was dragging, and she sort of said out loud, and she's 13, she said out loud, like, I don't really want to be walking around anymore. I'm tired, and can I go back to the hotel? And again, she's 13, so she's old enough, but I was like, I kind of marveled at her, and I was like, yes, you can. Like, great. So what I learned is it's possible, even at a young age, to express your needs and make sure you get your needs met. And she got what she needed. She took a nap. We met her later in the afternoon. She was recharged and rested, and we got to explore more of the city. Win-win. The second, it comes from my older daughter, who is having a difficult situation in college, one that is giving me a little PTSD because it's very similar to a situation I had in college. And what I remembered when we spoke yesterday and she was sharing with me the circumstances is that I can't fix it for her, and I also don't have to fix it for her. That what she needs from me is to listen, to be a source of comfort, to just be there to support her. And it's not my job to fix it, which is great because, again, I actually can't. But that was a really good reminder that if I'm not fixing, then what else am I doing? I'm loving her. I'm just being there, and I'm loving her. So those are my jewels for the day. Have a wonderful weekend.